Hello and welcome. I'm a bit late starting because I was about to start the stream when iClone crashed and I had to spend quarter an hour restoring the project, um, which is just a very slow process of watching a loading bar. So I didn't bother streaming that. So I do apologise for being a bit late. Software crashes are fun. Krogan, hello. JT Crusader, hello. I see you finished your take on Heir to the Empire. I had a feeling you were going to win the race. But congratulations on reaching the end of the book. I've still not caught up with everything, but I look forward to doing that. For those of you who are listening who don't know, J2 Crusader is doing an audiobook adaptation of Heir to the Empire, and it's rather good, so check out his channel and have a listen. Kevin, hello, welcome. For those who missed my introduction, I'm a bit late starting because I was about to press the start stream button when iClone crashed, and so I had to spend about quarter of an hour restoring the project and loading it all up again, because there's a lot happening in this scene, so it's not a quick load. So rather than stream a loading bar, I just let iClone get on with it, and here we are. So this particular scene, it's the cantina. It's a very complicated scene. I've actually had to break it up into 3 parts just to make it possible to animate. So what we're going to be working on today is part 3. Part 1 and 2 are finished, so I've got to do this one now. I'm not starting from scratch. I've already done quite a bit on it, so we're going to go straight into it and see how far we can get. Now, some of these pieces are not necessarily in the right order. It's more a case of what makes sense to animate in pieces. So it's these security officers and the Reverend, animating them together. All the other bits of the other characters are done, so don't need to worry about them. And then once it's all rendered, I'll chop it up and put it all into the right order. JT Crusader makes perfect sense. It gives me a chance to catch up. I'm sure you'll be well into Dark Force Rising by the time I get to it, but makes sense to have a rest in between projects. Right, so I can't remember exactly where I was with this. So yes, I remember now. This is chapter 20. So I've got a bit of a way to go. I do have quite a few recordings to finish. Scenes from upcoming. Oh, sorry, the audiobook. Honestly, I can't remember which chapter I'm on offhand. But yeah, I've got enough recordings to complete scenes for quite a few chapters. Not complete chapters, but scenes from future chapters, so I'm looking forward to getting into those, and then hopefully that will speed up the process a bit, because I know it's been a while since chapter 19 was released. Looking forward to releasing this one. It's coming out really well. Right, so the Reverend animation, where's the Reverend? Doesn't quite sync up with the security officers. So let's move it that way a bit. That's better. Yeah, that's much better. And thank you, I'm glad you're liking the look of it so far. Wait until you see the actual properly rendered version. I'm really pleased with how the scenes so far have turned out. So she needs a Sabat card. Fortunately, I've got a few laying around, so I just stick it in her hand. So you can't actually pass objects from one character to another. At least I don't think you can. Maybe the new version of iClone lets you do it. I don't know. It's not something I've tinkered around with. So what I tend to do is have duplicate objects. So the Reverend's got the card, and she's going to have one. So when it passes over, it's going to disappear out of his hand. It's still in his hand, but it'll just be invisible. And then her copy will become visible, but it'll look like he's passed the card to her. Yeah, I thought it was a good idea to show that they're not necessarily the best security force in the galaxy, given that they don't actually recognise Han Solo as one of the most famous people in the galaxy. You know. Oh, thank you. I made quite a few Sabat cards for the game. I didn't make a complete deck, although I think that's something I will do at some point, because I've made enough symbols that I could probably put together a complete deck and then print it out. So she takes the... So she snatched the card out of his hand, looks at it. There we go. He's still got it for now, but that's okay. Ah, right. Fix a camera. Cards are their weakness. I see what you did there. Just go and quickly turn the characters off so I can save. The reason I do that is the software loads faster if the characters are set to invisible. I mean, they're still there, obviously. I just turned them off, and I'll turn them back on again once the save's complete. It's one of those weird little things that you discover completely by accident. I don't even remember how I discovered the little trick of turning the characters off, but something I've got in the habit of doing. It means that if the software crashes again, it shouldn't take 15 minutes to load. Okay. Let's see. Let's do some smoothing on the voice, on the lips. Yep. And the other options. I don't think this is showing up on the stream. I don't know why it does that. OBS doesn't always pick up the extra windows that pop up with the options. But basically I'm just making her lips move a little bit faster, a little bit smoother, so it feels more natural when she's talking. I like how I've got the Reverend, when she says him first, the Reverend just kind of looks very sinister the way he slowly turns. Right. I've got to do the same smoothing for him. That. I need to move it forward a little bit. Change the camera transition to there. Okay, that's good. Berserker of Thrawn, hello, welcome. Nikolai, hello, sorry I didn't see you there. There are several Mara Jade's themes that have been released. I did see your comments on the video the other day. Evan, thank you, that's very kind. I do enjoy working with, well, there is a certain challenge that's fun of working with limited resources. Let's Just change the camera angle a bit. Right, he needs some facial animation. His expression needs to change when... So remove his angry stare to finish there. Let's see. Let's change this to comfortable. See what that one does. Go back to some more annoyed looks for his sinister, sort of menacing speech. Let's try this one. Got an animation called Miffed. That might work. I think that one's going to work. Let's play it back. There's a pleased one. I need something. Smirk. I wonder if that's going to work. Yeah, but we're going to move the smirk to there. Forward a bit more. There we go. Again, going to turn the characters off so I can save. What I'm doing is I've got a content pack of built-in facial expressions called Digital Soul. It's quite an extensive collection, and it helps bring characters to life in a way that is very quick. It's quicker than me manually animating. Yeah. Oh, I'm not my phone vibrating. I don't know what is going on there. I'm going to quickly move it so it doesn't do that again. Maybe jump. Sorry about that. Where was I? Oh yeah, it's a series of. There's quite a lot of different facial animations. It makes it really quick because otherwise I can manually animate faces. I've done it a lot throughout the series so far, but it takes a lot more effort to get good results. Reverend's probably going to be my favourite too. And I know technically he's not the Sith Lord, but HK-47 would be one of my favourite characters from that time period. And of course he works for a Sith Lord, so there's that too. So the third dimension, you should answer your question. Who is your favourite Dark Lord of the Sith from the Old Republic era? Right. So just going to do a few animation corrections here. So she's basically slapping the other security officers to get their attention, but as you can see, her hand passes through his chest or his torso. So I'm gonna fix that. Fortunately, it's a quick one. That should do it. Okay. It's looking. Who's your favourite dark side force user of the Imperial Remnant era? That's a tough one. So I've just gone quiet because I'm thinking over the question. Um, I don't know. There's quite a few out there, so it's hard to pick one. I guess I could say Sabaoth is quite a good one because there's a little bit of bias there because obviously this book. Although he was kind of instrumental in bringing down Thrawn, so maybe I don't like him so much. That U doesn't quite line up with the animation of him pointing, so we're going to adjust that. Jarek was an interesting character. Obviously they didn't really develop him a huge amount in the game because the storytelling in games is much more limited back then. And yeah, the actor played him right, he did play him a bit cheesy. Have you ever played Fallen Order? Yes, I have. And like you, I went with green once I unlocked the green crystal. I think Sabaoth is unusual in a Dark Jedi because he's the insanity adds an extra layer to him that a lot of other Dark Jedi don't have, not just in that era but in all eras. Because it's his insanity that's twisted him rather than. And I know we find out later on that Sabaoth was kind of on the verge of the dark side anyway. The real one, not just the clone, but I don't know, there's something a bit more tragic and detailed about having the insanity there. For some reason I've always liked the green lightsaber, so I tend to choose it a lot when games let me choose my lightsaber colour. I want to adjust the camera a little bit. Or maybe not, because that's kind of the right framing there. Yep, okay. Next thing to do is the cards. Let's see, she... do her card first. Let's find the where she's supposed to get it. Zoom in here. Right, so let's see. Oh yeah. So iClone, you can just make objects invisible. Toggle that on and off. But it doesn't really translate over to Omniverse. So a trick I've picked up is to set the, when I want an object to disappear, is to set it to disappear off frame quite fast, so there's no chance of it randomly popping up in the distance somewhere where it shouldn't be. So let's and do the opposite with him. So minus 2000 makes it quite far down below the floor. Right, let's have a watch through. This is quite long because I wanted a bit of footage to play with. That's intentional. I won't use it all. Aki Gamer, hello, welcome. Working on another scene for chapter 20. The scene is a very complicated one, so I split it up into 3 parts. This is the 3rd one. I have to say this is probably the easiest part. Compared to some of the other scenes, especially part 2. That was quite a challenge. I can't wait to be able to share the completed scene with you guys when it's all finished. Right, so I'm going to fix another issue. Which one was it? This, yeah, that guy. When he folds his arms, his hands goes through his arm there. Evan, thank you so much. I like being able to stream like this and be able to share with you guys, you know, the process of what goes into making this series. So let's fix. Yeah, that's the wrong hand. Let's go fix this there. So let's make sure this works. Aki Gamer, thank you so much for the donation there. I do intend to keep it up, and I do appreciate your support. Thank you. Right, that's that done. His head twitches there. That's a issue I've discovered with the facial animation clips. Is they don't necessarily start from the default 0 position. I don't know if there's a more technical name for it than that, but it means that when the animation starts there might be a slight twitch, but that's an easy thing to fix. Right. Now, if Luke brought sand to the fight... Ah, dear. I don't even know what to say to that one. We all know how Anakin feels about sand. I saw a good meme the other day. It was the Obi-Wan versus Vader fight on the Death Star, and everyone's got some sand and throws it at Vader and makes his escape rather than getting killed. I thought that was pretty funny. Since you can see the card there, I need to check the book to make sure that's the correct card. Because the Reverend takes the card and changes the face of it a few times to prove that it's a skifter, and I can't remember offhand what the last one was, and it would be the last card he set it to in this particular scene, because the book also mentions goes through a list of all the cards he changed it to. It's over, Luke, I have the high ground. I bought sand, I hate you. Nice. Floopy, yeah, that's alright. I was actually late starting. The software crashed just before this is I was about to start, so I had to wait 15 minutes to restore the scene. I'm making some good progress. Matthew, hello and happy birthday. I hope you're having a great day to celebrate the occasion, and thank you for choosing to spend some of it here. Working on chapter 20 right now, getting close to having it finished. I don't want to give a release date just yet, but I'll go with soon. Darth Vengeant, hello, welcome. Alright, I'm going to watch it through from the beginning to see if there's anything else that needs doing. Just watching. Yeah, I just spotted this guy here on the... He's completely idle. Need to give him a little bit of movement, I think. At least have him looking in the same direction the others are looking. Yeah. That's good. So I'm going to give her... Actually, let's start with that guy. Let's start with him looking that way. Okay, I guess that's not necessarily going to work. Oh, I know how to fix that. Copy pose. paste pose. And then have him look the correct way. Before that, let's see. Reset. Let's try there. Let's see. He twitches. Let's bring it to there to look. That's better. Give her some facial animation. Don't know how much of her facial animation is going to be visible with that helmet covering most of her head, but let's go with irritated for here. Let's see what we got here. Let's go with a smile because she's enjoying this particular moment. I think that's too much of a smile. Should be where's this? Let's try this one. So I'm just talking, muttering as I go through the different emotions that are available. Maybe not that one. Smirk. Good. Something. Let's try this again. Okay. I'm going to watch it through one more time, see if there's anything else to be done. Otherwise, I think we're done. Okay, I think I'm done. It's a good place to end the stream. Actually, what I'm going to do before I do anything else, quickly turn off the characters and the all-important save. "40 minutes of action." I can't wait to see how long it's going to turn out to be in the video. I know it's quite a long chapter, so the battle should be quite fun. I'm really looking forward to getting to that point of the book. 40 minutes. That's very impressive. Okay, so let's see what I missed in the chat while I was doing that. I think the galaxy would be like enough for the dark and light side. Yeah, I can see why you go in that. There's a certain element of people fed up with Force users ruining the galaxy with their fights, when most people just want to go out living their lives. Yeah. Anyway, I think this is a good stopping point. I'm pretty sure this is the part 3 of the cantina scene finished. As I mentioned before, but I'll say it again for those who missed it. The scene is a very demanding scene. There's so many characters. So what I did is I broke it into 3 parts. So what you watch today is not necessarily all going together, but it made sense to do this part and animate it together and then chop it up and mix it in with the other footage, because it has the 3 security officers and the Reverend. I didn't have to worry about any other characters, which means that it's a lot easier on my system for animating and for rendering. Part 1 and 2 have a lot more background characters in, which means it's a lot harder to animate and longer to render. But thankfully this one should be a little bit quicker. So I'm looking forward to rendering it. I will give that a try tonight. Hopefully it will be done by the morning. It's very hot here at the moment this week, so I'm trying to minimise the amount of time I do rendering during the day. I want to see that Space Trooper animated. Yeah, me too. I think I need to find a Space Trooper character model. I vaguely remember finding one. I can't remember if I imported it or not. I don't think I did. I think I might have just saved it and stashed it for future use. But yeah. So anyway, thank you all for your company tonight. I hope you found the stream interesting. I enjoyed chatting with you guys. As always, you are very good company. So hopefully this chapter will be finished soon. There's a couple of other little bits and pieces I need to animate for it, but almost finished. I know it has been quite a while since 19, but we're almost there. This is quite a fun chapter to watch through, and there's a lot of humour in it. So I can't wait to have it finished and for you guys to be able to watch it. But I hope you enjoyed having a look at how it's made over these last few weeks. So yeah, may the Thron be with you. I look forward to seeing you all next time. So take care.